Cliff Simpson and Chris Gergen have been selected as the Evansville Police Department Officers of the Year for 2019. In June 2018, Evansville Police Department Detectives Chris Gergen and Cliff Simpson, who are assigned to the Evansville Police Department's DEA Task Force, began an investigation into drug trafficking organizations operating in Evansville. Members of a drug trafficking organization were sending money orders to Tijuana, Mexico between 2018 and 2019, totaling in $80,000. The investigation also revealed that multiple pound quantities of crystal methamphetamine, heroin, and fentanyl were being shipped to Evansville via parcel delivery companies. Through their investigation, Detective Simpson and Gergen discovered that the source of supply of drugs were Rodolfo Ibarra Hernandez and Juan Guzman, known members of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, one of the most powerful and notorious criminal organizations in Mexico. The men, along with other cartel members, had major distribution hubs in large cities throughout the country, including Ohio, Texas, Arizona, Illinois, North Carolina, Indiana, Tennessee, Colorado, and California. In 2019, working undercover, as well as using confidential informants, Detective Simpson and Gergen began a series of controlled buys and controlled payments in several cities, including Dayton, Ohio, Clarksville, Tennessee, and Indianapolis, Indiana. They monitored over 1,000 recorded telephone calls and text messages between cartel members. They also coordinated the interception of multiple parcels of drugs being delivered to Evansville. In the course of several months, they confiscated 132 pounds of crystal methamphetamine, 2 pounds of fentanyl, which equates to 384,500 lethal doses, 500 oxycodone pills, 344 grams of heroin, and $15,000 in currency. 13 suspects were arrested on federal charges. Hernandez and Guzman are still fugitives and are believed to be in Mexico. U.S. Attorney Josh Minkler stated that the arrests and seizures were as impressive as he had ever prosecuted in this district. Both of these officers are to be commended for the investigation that has been far-reaching and unprecedented in size and scope. It shows how talented and skilled officers can impact a criminal organization known worldwide. On behalf of the Evansville Police Department, we thank both of these extremely talented detectives.
It's an absolute honor to receive this award this year. I'd like to thank the people that made this possible. First and foremost, my family, for their patience and support during a time when a lot of this investigation occurred during valuable family hours. My family was very understanding and supported me through this process, allowing me to fully engage in what needed to take place. Secondly, I'd like to thank my fellow investigators with the DEA and the Evansville Vanderbilt County Drug Task Force. Narcotics investigations is a team effort, and this wouldn't be possible without their assistance. I wouldn't be standing here today if it weren't for them and help throughout the process. And finally, I'd like to thank my partner, Cliff Simpson. It's not very often people get to work with the best of the best. This would absolutely not be possible if I wasn't working with a high-quality detective such as Cliff.
I'd also like to thank the Evansville Police Department for honoring me with this award. I'd also like to thank my partner, Chris Gergen. Again, working this case wouldn't have been possible without Chris and myself working with all the rest of the guys in the Evansville Vanderbilt County Drug Task Force and the DEA Task Force. I'm the old guy here, so I have 27 years on the police department. This case was an over 2-year-long investigation. It wouldn't have been possible without the help of everybody in our department. Again, we had great support from our sergeants, our lieutenants, all the way up the chain of command that made this possible. Our supervisors with DEA, especially Special Agent Doug Freiberger and our ASAC Mike Gannon, were both extremely supportive. I think I'd be remiss too not to thank Ed Schwer from Homeland Security, who also helped us with this investigation. And again, like Detective Gergen said, it wouldn't be possible without support of our family, because this was, like I said, a 2.5-year-long investigation. So it took up a lot of time, a lot of effort, and we missed some quality family time on different things due to this investigation. So again, I'd like to thank the police department and then thank Chris and the support from the DEA and the Evansville-Vanderbilt County Drug Task Force, and also from the United States Attorney's Office, the prosecutor Lauren Wheatley, who prosecuted the case for us. Thanks.